Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is part 14 of SQL Server tutorial. In previous session we have discussed about inline table valued functions. In today's session we are going to discuss about multi-statement table valued functions in SQL Server. Before continuing with this session, I would request you all please subscribe to my channel and click on bell icon for notification alerts. This multi-statement table valued function returns a table variable as a result. As we discussed in previous session, inline table valued functions also will return output as a table. Even multi-statement table valued functions also, we will get result as a table. There is no much difference between inline table valued function and multi-statement table valued function. In this multi-statement table valued functions, we have to declare table variable explicitly. In inline table valued functions, we no need to declare table variable. So directly we can return the table. Whereas multi-statement table valued functions, we have to declare the table explicitly. That is the difference between inline and multi-statement. These multi-statement table valued functions are very useful because we can execute multiple queries within the function and aggregate results into the return table. This function is very useful. Also, we can execute multiple queries within the function. This is the example for multi-statement table valued functions. We are going to create one function here and we have to provide function name where it will return table. So we are explicitly declaring the table name here, and here we are passing output column names. These columns we will get it as output. Along with the data type we have to pass it. Here we can pass multiple SQL statements. We have one table called employee master where it contains employee information. Also, we have one more master called customer master where it contains customer information. By using these two tables, we have to create one multi-statement table valued function. From that, we have to extract name and contact type. If it is employee means we have to display contact type as employee. If it is customer means contact type will be customer. We are going to extract these names from the employee master and customer master. If it is employee master, then contact type will be employee. If it is from customer table, then contact type will be customer. So like this we are going to get the output. So name and contact type we will get. If the record is getting from employee master, then contact type will be employee. If the data is getting from the customer table, then contact type will be customer. So this is our output column names. Here name we are passing here. This is output displayed as name. This contact type where we are passing output column name, it will be displayed in the output. This is the output table we are going to get it. We'll switch to SQL Server and we'll create multi-statement table valued function like this, and we'll try to extract the data from employee master and customer table like this. For this demo, I'm using Microsoft SQL Server 2012 and I'm going to use Windows Authentication. Click on Connect. It's connected to my database server. Expand the databases. Expand the database called demo. We are going to use demo database for this example. And expand the tables. We have two tables called employee master and customer master. First we'll check the records from these tables. This is one table where it contains employee information, and we have one more table called customer master where it contains customer information. From this we have to extract the name and contact type. Click on database, new query, create function. We have to provide the function name here. It is user defined function. Get employee and customer info. So we have to get the employee and customer information. Here it returns table. We have to declare the table name here, and it will return as table. Here we have to pass our output column names, that is we need name, and data type also we have to declare here, and length of the column name, and we have contact type where it will be string, and it will begin here, and here we have to call our select statements. We have to insert into, we have to pass our table name here which is already declared, and here we have to select the column names from employee master first. Select name and contact type will be employee from employee master. So here we will get all the columns with the name and contact type. So we are going to insert into employee customer. These are all the columns we have to insert. So I'll copy this same query. Now we need customer information, that is customer. We have to get it from customer master table. Finally we have to return the table. Click on execute. It's executed successfully. We can check whether it's created or not. Go to programmability, under functions, table valued functions. This is our function name. So our function has been created here. Now we'll see how to execute a multi-statement table valued function in SQL Server. This is the syntax to execute function. Select star from. So we have to pass the function name here. This is the example. Select star from. We are going to pass our function name here. We will get the data from the tables. We'll switch to SQL Server and we'll execute this function. So this is our function name. Select star from. Click on execute. So we are getting all the employee information. We are getting customer information. Like this, we can use the multi-statement table valued functions in SQL Server. Now we'll see the main differences between inline table valued and multi-statement table valued functions. Inline table valued functions, a return class cannot contain the structure of the table. Here there will not be any structure, so directly we can call the return as table. Whereas in multi-statement table valued functions, we have to specify the structure of the table. Next is performance wise, inline table valued functions are always better than multi-statement functions. Generally, inline functions doesn't have begin and end blocks, whereas multi-statement table functions contains begin and end block. These are all major differences between inline table valued and multi-statement table valued functions. In today's session, we have discussed about multi-statement table valued functions, and we had seen the example how to create the multi-statement table valued function, and also we had seen major differences between inline table valued function and multi-statement table valued functions. In next session, we are going to discuss about statements. We are going to discuss about some important statements in SQL Server like insert into, update, delete, select and select distinct. How to use these statements in SQL Server, we'll see with the examples. That's it for today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.